Arcano here with the Four Eyes Filmcast, and want to do a quick disclaimer about something. This is our review, our full review for Man of Steel, but it's also a spoiler review, so we're not gonna cut back on any spoilers of the movie. So if you haven't seen it yet, I'm just gonna lay out our reviews right now. I'm giving it 3 out of 4. Jeremiah is giving it 3.5. Jeff is giving it 3 out of 4. So if that's what you wanted to hear, there it is. Stick around if you want to hear the full review of why we gave it that. Just know it has a shit ton of spoilers.
We don't want to hear any complaints like, "Why'd you guys spoil that?"
Yes, it's gonna be in the title. It's gonna be, you're hearing this disclaimer right now. Let's not hear any complaints. Also, we would love to hear what you thought about the movie yourself.
Absolutely.
Make sure to comment, like our Facebook page, message us, do whatever you want because we want to hear from you guys. I guess what else to leave off with?
Superman.
But yeah, enjoy the review.
The child dreamed of becoming something other than what society had intended. What if a child aspired to something greater?
My son was in the bus. He saw what Clark did.
You're the answer, son. You're the answer to are we alone in the universe?
Can I just keep pretending I'm your son?
You are my son.
You know, for a superhero that's supposed to be protecting humanity and all of us and stopping crimes and such, he killed a fuckload of people.
Yeah, they rammed into
innocent people too.
Every single building in Metropolis. They were like, "Let's smash into them all." And
Superman caused more damage than Zod.
yeah.
Zod was like, "Yo, man, you cold-blooded. Calm down. I just want to bring back Krypton. You're like just having a genocide over here." Talking about
Man of Steel.
what's this movie? Steel Man. Something?
Steel Man. Yeah,
Iron
Steel.
Giant 2.
Steel 2 with Shaquille O'Neal.
Was it Steel 1?
Yeah, you didn't. Okay, so.
Oh, is it that superhero movie he did?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
bad.
okay.
It's called Steel.
So we're talking about Man of Steel now.
Yeah.
So we have our review of Kazam 2. Oops, we did it again. No, but anyway, Man of Steel.
Or Space Jam 2. Hoops, we did it again.
Oh, God.
So,
Man of Steel, the highly
anticipated.
Superman movie. Produced and written by Christopher Nolan. Director of this small trilogy of indie films called the Dark Knight Trilogy.
Produced by him and a story by him, but the screenplay was written by David S. Goyer.
And Christopher Nolan.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
They co-wrote
Well,
it.
I'm sorry.
And then it was directed.
Don't you ever
by Zack Snyder.
I will rip your face off and eat it.
That's
Hannibal Lecter style. Okay.
Director Zack Snyder,
Who
I'm getting more and more mad with each day.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Because I love his movies, and then they go downhill after a point, like M. Night Shyamalan.
In my opinion, he has 2 good films, 300 and
Watchmen.
And Dawn of the Dead.
Watchmen.
I've only seen Dawn of the Dead in this one.
Watchmen is good. It is not great, and it has a lot of problems.
But it's
much like this movie.
Amazing.
But it's what?
Cinematically amazing.
I think the two. Okay, quick tangent on Watchmen. The 2 short films that are Manhattan's origin and Rorschach's origin are the great parts of that movie, and I thought the rest was just kind of like bland compared to these great short films that they had in.
Oh, you're just
the
a picky
entirety of
fucking
Watchmen.
hipster.
No,
film
dude, get
motherfucker.
the fuck out of here, man. I love Watchmen. I love the book. I didn't think the movie did it justice.
So that was our review of Watchmen. What do you guys give it?
Okay, that's funny.
2 out of 4.
Oh, you're a dick. 3.5.
This is the end. Bye-bye.
That's
That's the end of the review. I didn't even mean to do the title. I just wanted to... Alright.
No, but
But anyway,
anyways.
back to Man of Steel. Well, quickly, let's talk about Iron Giant, since we're on tangents. No, I'm kidding.
What?
So, let's go to Man of Steel.
Man of Steel.
Superman.
So, alright. When I saw the teasers for this, I was like, I'm already sold. This is going to be an amazing movie. This is going to be so good. So good. I'm going to jizz in my pants when we go to the theater. And then we watched it. I was like, oh my god, this opening intro is so amazing.
I jizzed in my
And then
pants
the
in
movie's
theater.
like, "Bam, let's do good. I'm like, whoa. Let's
Slow down there,
It's like-
Mr. Foreigner. I don't understand what you're talking about. Go back to your country. No, I'm kidding. That's terrible.
That's terrible. No, but I mean, they. It's like, oh, fall of Krypton. There we go. That was pretty intense. What's up now? Story, action, story, action, story, action, 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 story, action, story. I was like, whoa, I'm Superman now. Lois Lane.
Oh, wait, hold on. We didn't do the plot summary.
Oh, yeah.
Or thingamajig.
Yeah.
It's a Superman movie. It's his origin story.
Wow.
Once again. In a way. No, not in a way. It is. It's straight up
his
the origin story.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
a straight up origin story, yeah.
So, as you all know, Superman from Krypton, the dying planet, gets sent there before Krypton dies out. General Zod, who wants to recreate Krypton on Earth, finds Superman 30 years later and asks him to join forces with him and bring up a new Krypton. But in order to do that, they need to wipe out the human race, basically.
Yeah.
So Superman says, no, you can't has. And General Zod says, Superman, why you do this? And then they fight, and that's the film, basically. I mean,
Yeah.
I know I'm being really
Extremely general, but yeah.
extremely general, but
That's it.
that pretty much is the sum up of the plot of this movie. There's good, there's bad. We got to fight. One of us is going to win. And also, I'm Superman.
There's a little more details in that, but
Well-
yeah, that's basically.
No, well.
Well, we're going to get into that when
Okay.
when we talk about the good stuff and the bad stuff.
All right.
So
Proceed.
I will let Jeremiah go on because you were kind of on a good topic there.
Okay, yeah. So, as we said in that micro review, pacing was bad. It was terrible, atrocious. I don't understand why they were like, oh man, let's do this really great setup with Jor-El and Krypton and Zod, and it's just like, oh man, this is like really cool. And then it's like, okay, here's a little bit about, Superman, and oh, okay, so he's this kind of do-gooder guy who's anonymous too, and okay, I see that. And then it goes to his childhood. I'm like, oh, these flashback scenes are, oh, that's what they're doing. They're not going to do the whole just childhood. They're just going to do flashbacks. And that was solid. That was good. But then it was like, I'm going to find my thing now. Oh, I'm Superman. Okay. And then he's Superman. And Lois Lane is like right there next to him. He's like, wow, you're Superman. He's like, yo, I got to go. Don't tell no one. And she's like, hey, chief, editor-chief, I found this thing about aliens. He's like, Lois Lane, you're silly, go away. And then she's like, I'll leak this to one of those weirdos on a website. And then that happens. Then Zod comes. And yeah.
And Zod's like, I will find him, and then he says it again, then he says it again. And then he finds him.
Indeed.
And then they fight.
I don't think you guys like this movie.
I don't like the problems it had. All right, I will give you this. There are action scenes that commence throughout the film, and those action scenes are well done. Those
action scenes are amazing, man. I mentioned briefly in the micro review that they had really good action scenes, but now that we can get into detail and with spoilers, I love the fuck out of these action scenes. I think these action scenes are the best moments of the entire film. And that's starting from the one at the very beginning, that's the intro, that's on Krypton. By the way, bonus points for actually showing Krypton.
Yeah.
And all the alien life in it, and all the different people in there, different structures. But that's a badass action scene when it starts.
Yeah.
Then there's the one where he's fighting not just General Zod, but his two henchmen.
Oh yeah.
In Smallville.
Oh yeah.
Besides the fact that they kill probably a lot of innocent people, including Superman, doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
about
I was
Smallville.
that when I was watching it in my back of my head, I was like, I'm just gonna ignore it for now. But there are a lot of buildings that they're just blatantly destroying, including that 7-Eleven gas station that
It
blows
just
up.
blows up, and there's no way anyone survived that if they were nearby.
Yeah.
But the thing I love about them is that they're not just fist fights; they're fist fights with superpowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of like how you mentioned, like gods fighting gods.
Yeah.
Every punch is just sending people flying. You got people going at super speeds to just catch up with them. You got people flying in the air and punching each other.
Yeah.
it's just it's phenomenal. I love these action scenes. And I thought they were done really well. It's never like zoomed in where you can't see it. It's never moving too fast. Okay, well I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree here. But okay, I can kind of see your point there at the start of it when it's
Okay, yeah.
was it Kal-El?
Zod and Russell Crowe.
Is it Jor-El or Kal-El?
Jor-El.
Kal-El
is
Superman. Okay, I always get too confused.
No, but wait. You didn't like the Jor-El versus Zod scenes?
No, I like that. No.
No.
I said that.
I'm bringing these up because I thought those were a little too zoomed in.
Oh,
But just for a bit, I think they kind of even saw their mistakes, and for the rest of the action scenes, I thought they were filmed perfectly.
Oh, okay. Because I think the fact that you got Russell Crowe playing the father of Superman, actually doing some stuff that Superman's gonna have to do himself later on in terms of fighting Zod, like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that suit that he wears is pretty fucking badass.
Yeah.
Man.
He's like, yo, I'm gonna fuck you up, son.
Russell
Those
Crowe
15
was
minutes
gonna.
are... Yes?
I bet he was not going to be in the movie that much, and he argued in order to be in the movie longer, because I wasn't expecting to be in it. I mean, he dies in the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Then he's like, fuck you, I'm going to come back for like half of the movie.
I will throw multiple phones at you if you do not let me into this movie again.
I don't even care if I'm a ghost. I'm going to be in this movie.
That
I'm
actually-
going to have more time
like
than
that
Kevin
part,
Costner.
I like that.
No, I'm not complaining about that. I
Alright.
like that too, because he's
I'm
awesome.
I'm just saying, like that was actually kind of cool use of him. It was like, yo, I'm not really here, but I am sort of here.
By
That's
the way,
it.
duck, because someone's going to shoot you in the head. I liked all that shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that scene where he was helping Lois Lane escape, that was really cool. I really like that, where he's just so calm and,
Yeah.
just turn to the left.
Turn to the left. Shoot that guy. It felt like me trying to tell you how to play video games.
No, don't shoot. No, that.
Yeah,
God
only
damn it.
he was way more calm, and I would be way more frustrated. Like, God, those are innocent people. What are you doing?
Jump! What God?
But anyway,
Yeah,
that being said about the action scenes, I think those are the best moments of the film,
the first 15
including
minutes.
the big set pieces where he's saving those not miners, those like oil workers.
The oil rig.
Yeah.
That was actually a really
that was cool.
I felt like that should have been later, like, because that's like that's a thing that demonstrates his abilities in a really large way, and then it's just kind of ignored. And I feel like they could have.
I think that's a part of the whole pacing problem we had.
Yeah.
I think that's a problem where, I don't know, I mean, I don't know if I wanted them to do, like, you know how in Batman Begins it kind of starts off with him as a little kid and then it goes into his training. It's a very, like, there's not a lot of flashbacks in Batman Begins.
Yeah.
And in this one, I don't know, every time I watch Batman Begins, I love it, and I'm kind of like, well, we have to, I like these scenes, but, I'd like to get to the Batman stuff, but this is necessary to get to, and I like these.
I mean,
scenes
I think
anyways.
it's fair to try and compare. I mean, because they're both.
But this one, I think it could have used that, where, yeah, like you're saying, like, and now he's a superhuman now, like, he turns from a baby into, like, I'll save everyone. It's like, I kind of wanted...
But the thing is, like, unlike Batman turned into Batman. Superman was born Superman.
Yeah, that's true, but...
You know,
but the whole dilemma...
Batman is Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Turns into Batman. Superman is always... Superman is who he is.
But the whole dilemma he had with his dad being like, you can't show your powers, I think they could have developed that earlier than, you know, scene after scene of him being like, I'm going to use my superpowers and save everyone.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, I see what Jeff is saying. The whole thing with him fighting against his dad to use his abilities is spread out throughout the film.
Yeah.
Where you see it totally conflict with scenes where Superman's already decided, no, this is what I'm doing now.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I thought the flashback scenes,
I agree with you.
They were necessary, but I think they could have been used earlier because they kind of slowed the momentum.
I
where,
agree with you there.
Yeah.
But I think that also has to do with the fact that after his dad dies, I think he kind of just gets his own thing of like, well, I'm just gonna be me.
But you don't see that till like way later.
Yeah. That comes after
That's
like
true.
3 scenes.
You see that so far into the film where it's already like, if this was established early on, you would feel more sympathetic towards Superman's like call to justice and honor and saving people.
Plus, I'm sorry, I
guess
this may be a nitpick, but what the fuck? Get out of the tornado! Don't fucking. That's like the cat in Alien. Like, no.
Okay, yeah.
I don't care if the dog died. That sounds terrible, but dude, there's a fucking tornado.
I-
Get out of there.
I don't understand why that scene confuses me because it's like, okay,
Yeah.
this has to happen, I guess. But what's his name? Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner.
He's just like, no, Superman.
See, I like that part where he was
there.
like, "Don't use your power." if you don't want-
No, that's not a scene that's like, all right. First of all, that shouldn't have been the case. It should have been Kevin Costner and the lady go onto the bridge, and Superman grabs the dog, and then like they're yeah. Actually, you know what? You don't even need to do that, honey. Go over there. Clark, you go, no, Dad, I'm staying with you. It's like, Clark, go over there. And then they stay there. He's like, I'm not. And they're like, all right, fine. Then they're telling everybody to go. And then they get the dog because Superman knows and he hears with super hearing that the dog is going to bring the car. And he gets the dog and they both go. And then they don't have to rush back all the way to the car when the tornado's super close. And then you have them live. I mean, that's just common sense shit that I feel like Superman would have thought up of. And
It felt like the way Uncle Ben died.
Oh my god!
in-
I was just about to say that.
in the new Spider-Man.
Completely
That it could have been
avoidable death.
completely avoided. You know, did you see that
I
movie?
did not see The Amazing
Oh.
Spider-Man.
Well,
Oh, dude, it would have pissed you off, Uncle Ben's death.
because Uncle Ben, it's the same thing. He's trying to. No, it's not the same thing. Because in the first Spider-Man, he was getting robbed of his car.
see, that
this
was that was a well done scene.
That was
Yeah.
a really well done scene.
This was not.
In this one, he's looking for Peter Parker, and there's this robber that comes out of a liquor store, and it's kind of pushing people out of the way. I think he pushes Uncle Ben or something like that.
No. He pushes people. Uncle Ben looks at him, and
he's
the
like,
robber
"Hey,
drops
stop!"
it.
And he tries to like
The
stop
robber
him.
drops a gun, and
Robert
Martin
drops a
Sheen,
gun,
playing Uncle Ben, is like,
and
"Gun!"
Uncle Ben
and
goes for it.
dives on it.
The robber gets it first and like shoots him, and he's still like Uncle Ben is still trying to fight this guy.
Dives
like-
on a gun.
As soon as you saw the gun, Uncle Ben should have been like, I ain't fucking with that. You know what? Just take the money. Just
or
go.
even kick the gun away.
It was for like a
That's-
7-Eleven
if you wanna-
convenience store. They probably
Yeah.
get robbed all the time. That's a horrible thing to say. But
But
Yeah.
for like
seriously,
$5,
it could
$10,
have been
$15.
completely avoided. And I
Yeah.
think the same thing goes for Kevin Costner.
What kind of survival instinct is that? Lol, my son and my wife lost their dad, but at least Fido's safe. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
It's like not only the fact that he went to go get the dog. It's after that he still had time to at least move. I need to see some sort of struggle to believe that this death needed to happen. And it was
Yeah,
unavoidable
he actually
for that.
looks like, dude, I can't wait to die right
Yeah,
now.
I know. He's-
Yeah, if they needed him to die, I kind of like save. You know, you don't need to show people your powers. But yeah, now think about it. They could have because
You know what they should have
I
had?
like Kevin Costner. I
did too. I
haven't
thought he
seen
was pretty
him.
good in
I haven't
this.
seen him on screen in a while. And I kind of wanted more of him.
Well, anyways, if anything, if they wanted to do something that was... They could have just had him die of cancer or something, and then you'd have been like, oh, that's something Superman can't save you from, and then Superman
Yeah.
feels like a
Oh,
failure.
man.
And then
That
he
would have been
constantly
alright.
wants to try and fix the world in his own way, but
Holy
there are
shit.
some things he can't fix, and you're like, oh, you're not truly invincible. And then he has a depth of character, and he's not just like, lol, I'm Superman, Lois.
You wanna fuck?
I liked how, because one of the things I was worried about was that there's something about me when I see a movie character and they're invincible to the point of being like, this is a horrible movie, but a good example is Ghost Rider, the Nicolas Cage shitfest.
No, why are you bringing up that movie, Joe?
Because, okay, so if you've seen Ghost Rider, you know the scene where like he gets hung, and then smashed by 2 trucks. And he just walks out fine. At that point in the movie, I was like, besides the rest of the movie's problems, at that
Well,
point I was kind of like,
That's
so
not a
you
good
just
example.
established nothing can kill him. And I liked how one of the things I was worried about is that Superman wouldn't have an enemy that, you know, could match onto his strength. I think Zod.
He doesn't
Yeah.
though. He doesn't have an enemy that matches to his strength.
I think Zod and his crew.
Zod
Does
can't
it.
kill him. Zod cannot kill him.
But he has the same
Krypton
amount.
can kill him.
Yeah, but he has the same amount of strength, and I liked how.
Oh, who likes the fact that Kryptonite wasn't in this movie at all?
I
really?
like that,
That was
yeah.
kind of cool.
Because it was kind of it would have seemed like just a stereotypical. Oh, we can kill Superman with this. This is.
Well, I
Because-
mentioned after the movie that I liked that it wasn't so much kryptonite. All right, after some technical difficulties, including a water spill, we are back. Sorry for that just awkward jump from that. Anyway, as I was mentioning, I like the fact that it wasn't so much kryptonite as it was Krypton itself
Yeah.
that was like damaging him and making him bleed and shit.
Yeah.
It was like the essence of Krypton, the air that was like still on that ship, on that what's it called?
The atmosphere.
Yeah, the atmosphere of it was what was like starting to hurt him, and I like that. And I'm sure they'll bring in Kryptonite later on in the series because whether it's good or bad, it's gonna be a part 2.
Yeah,
They're already making it.
They
right?
announced it before the movie opened.
Well, there we go. So I'm sure that's gonna come into play, but I like the fact that it wasn't in it, at least completely.
Yeah.
You didn't see that green rock.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say something. A good example, I think, of a character who is like godlike or Superman-esque is Dr. Manhattan in Watchmen, and I like what they do with him because he's a character who you necessarily can't relate to because he's just like
He's a blue guy who's always naked.
the blue guy is always naked, and he has ridiculously superpowered, invincible, immortal who is disconnected with society. You're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like this, it's not like because Superman actually like tries to fit in and does stuff like that, whereas Dr. Manhattan's like, I know that you like that, or it's like, I feel more and more disconnected with human beings as a whole every day, and you're like, oh god dang, dude, I can see that, and you're like, and even at the end, you know, like there's points in Watchmen where they think they've killed him, and you're like, it's like you think that this is the first time I've tried to do anything like that, and he goes, I've walked on the surface of the sun. You see all these things that he does, and it's like, oh my goodness.
Oh.
But Superman, it's not done cool. It's his invincibility isn't dealt with in a good way. In both, like, yeah, I'm invincible, or it's like, well, I actually have flaws too. Right? He's just like, I am invincible. Like it suffers from what it is in the comics. He's a flying brick, and it's like,
I think they
He's
tried
a
to do
flying brick.
I think he tried. He's a flying Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but I think he.
You motherfucker! That's not even his name in that movie.
But
What
I
the
like.
Anyways, Jeff, what were you trying to say?
How, I don't know. I liked how they tried to give him at least like a character flaw, like not flaw, but like what's the word I'm trying? Like a purpose, like I don't know. You know, I'm trying to search for my reason of being in this life. Because Kevin Costner is like, you owe it to yourself, no matter how long it takes.
His flaw was
find
just
out
like,
that
who
out.
am I? I don't know who I am. Blah,
Which
blah,
is kind
blah.
of a typical, you know.
Can I just be your son? Blah, blah,
It's
blah.
kind of a typical,
No, I'm kidding. It's
like, kind of
not
thing.
whiny,
But, you know, it's... I like that they put in the effort. It wasn't just like... He's invincible, and he's like how I felt like the Captain America movie was, where it's like, yes, I am the best person ever. There is not a single flaw. Look at me, America, incarnate. Like, no, just no.
That's how you saw that movie?
Yeah.
You know what? I will feel like the fact that like the military has as big a role in the movie as it does, and it's like, America.
Yeah.
No, come on. That ending scene is like, how do we know you won't keep America's interests at best at heart? He goes, come on. I'm from Kansas.
Yeah, I'm from Kansas. But you know what? At the same time, though,
No, not this movie. Captain America.
But okay, well, then back to this movie really quick, because Jeremiah, you have a good point with that. But at the same time, I've always thought that's kind of partially why I've never really liked Superman, because anytime I see him, he's like, okay, this is America's superhero. Not that I don't like America. I mean, we live here, but
communists.
I just,
No.
I just never liked that whole thing of like,
Kidding.
it's all about America and apple pie and baseball, and Superman for me is a part of that.
Yeah.
That whole, like,
Yeah.
how do I say it?
America.
You,
Fuck yeah.
you kind of know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's why I didn't like Captain America. Not the movie, but like way before the movie came out. I was never a fan of Captain America
Oh, okay.
until the movie came out, actually.
And I liked him only up until the Avengers. I wasn't a big fan of.
Well, anyways, actually, you know what's kind of funny? There's a kind of off the side topic. There's a kind of a cool comic alternate series that shows like, what if Superman crashed in Russia, and it's like he's like the thing for Russia, and like Wonder Woman's part of Russia as well, and it's like
wow.
the USSR is doing really well because he's Superman. And or I think they give him some other name that's like kind of ridiculous, but it's like
Super Comrade.
yeah, I don't know, but he's got like black and red on his outfit as opposed to blue, yellow, and red.
That's badass.
Yeah, it's like that's actually kind of cool.
Oh.
Where's that movie?
Yeah.
Man of Steel 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Steel of Men.
Steel of Men.
From Russia.
In Soviet Russia.
Who needs good story when you have pretty
Steel are made
buildings?
of men.
Well, that just ostracized all our Russian fans.
Oh,
No, I'm sure they're like, yeah, no, it's true, bro.
It's true, comrade.
I just found out this has an 8.3 on IMDb.
Oh, that's
Well,
cool. This is the Four Eyes Filmcast. I don't give a fuck about anyone's rating. They can suck a dick.
Well, anyways, I guess, I mean, there's so much to say about it, and really, you should just go see it. I mean, it's. I will say, after all the complaints we probably give it, I think all of us here would say, go see it. And
I still say go see it because it's still an entertaining movie.
It's a pretty good movie.
It's just like, I always have a good suspension of disbelief in almost any movie I see.
Yeah.
Whether it's something that's supposed to be realistic or a superhero movie like this where I still have that thing of like, okay, if there's something that's kind of like, how did he do that? I'm just going to let it pass because this is a movie.
Yeah.
How the hell did Lois Lane just think, I'm just going to follow this guy into this spacecraft
Oh my
and
god!
see a robot, and I'm not going to react at all. I'm going to be totally calm. Like if this is something that happens every day.
Here's the thing. No, okay, so
I hated that scene.
that didn't bother me as much as like they establish in the previous scene. The last line of dialogue you hear in the previous scene is, "Wow, Miss Lane, you should really buckle up, or like get inside, or bundle down, or whatever." The fuck they say.
Bundle up because it's fucking cold out here.
Because it's below 40 degrees.
Let me
Superman,
go
I
out
can
in my PJs
wander
and my
around.
coat.
Okay, I can do that. But she's walking around in full face. Okay, I know Amy Adams is a big star, but come on. Are you fucking kidding me? You wrote that it's 40 below outside.
I know.
The fuck?
So just that whole scene pissed me off. And just like a lot of like dialogue, either it didn't strike well with
Do I
me.
need to tinkle? Oh, there's a bucket in the corner. They have
Amy
Adams.
That was kind of silly, but all right. The worst dialogue is between Lois and Superman, especially after he's established himself as Superman, because it's like, lol, LOL, blah blah bullshit. Bad dialogue. Haha, bad dialogue. I'm about to say Superman, but I don't get to fully say it. LOL.
It's the same scene in the trailer. It's like exactly the same. How do you
I didn't really find that bad.
Dude, are you kidding me? He's like, well, I'm gonna do this now. And she's like, huh, you're super. And he's like, oh, something's happening now, so I can't fully say
I
Superman.
didn't really have a problem with that.
What the fuck, shit? This shitty dialogue.
It wasn't so much like any dialogue that was really just stupid. I just felt it was just really, really weak.
Yeah.
And for a movie penned supposedly by David S. Goyer and Christopher Nolan, well, I don't mean supposedly, it says in the I guess I'm just trying to excuse them because I don't get what their excuse is for this weak dialogue that's not in their previous films.
Zack Snyder.
I didn't have a problem
Possibly.
as much with the dialogue.
I feel like that's what it is. I feel like Christopher Nolan and Goyer were like, yeah, we're gonna do good stuff with this film, but we kind of want to do other stuff too. Especially you, Chris, right? Yeah, I want to work on my own things. Hey, who should we get? Zack Snyder's not bad. Zack Snyder's like, I'm just gonna go crazy with this movie, action scenes, and fuck the story.
Well, you know what? But the
Crazy
action scenes were great. That was
Speaking
his strongest point. I
Speaking
thought
of
that
crazy
was
action scenes. The final General Zod Superman thing was really cool. But after a point, it was kind of like, yes, crash into another building. Yes, smash another.
Yeah.
Yes,
that was drawn out too much.
Oh, General
That is-
Zod. Let's get into this really quick. Michael Shannon, amazing.
Amazing.
I mean,
Well,
yeah, that was probably the best performance of the entire movie.
At this point, is it kind of like saying like, General?
I know. I mean,
Michael
this
Shannon's a
is
good actor?
this is exactly what you expect to hear, but it's just more confirmation. And
Michael Shannon's
I
one
love
of the
this
best
dude.
actors
Michael
we have.
Shannon's one of my favorite actors
Absolutely.
right now,
And
and he does an amazing General Zod.
every time he was on screen, I was like, yes, Michael Shannon's on screen because I love that guy. Over the past few years, movie after movie, it's just ended like on Boardwalk Empire. Even though I don't watch the show, I've seen clips of it. He's just fucking such a great actor. And if there's the one good thing, not the one good thing, one of the good things about this movie is that I finally have to stop explaining to people well, Michael Shannon's going to be playing General Zod. You know who Michael Shannon is, right?
He's
and
in
they
those
look at me
indie movies
and they
and
go,
stuff like
huh?
He was in Revolutionary Road. Did you see that? No, what's that? Oh, god damn it. He
Premium
was
Rush?
He was Odd in Superman.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, that's Michael Shannon.
Yeah.
That's what the future conversation
What?
would be like. But I'm gonna leave off with just one last complaint, and that's everyone was talking about this movie. Like I kept seeing headlines that like after seeing Superman, you will know that grown man too can cry and stuff like that. So I was expecting like Man of Feels going into this, and it did have some moments that were pretty touching.
Yeah.
But just nothing to the point where it's like, this isn't emotionally affecting. It's not like The Dark Knight, like near the end of The Dark Knight, where it's like, oh my
Definitely
god, my
not,
heart's
but-
gonna explode.
Teasers 1 and 2 made me have more feels than
Yeah.
than the
I
actual
think so.
movie.
I think the scenes between Kevin Costner and his son were all right. But yeah, nothing where it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna grab the Kleenex. But I thought some stuff was touching. I think the score by Hans Zimmer is fucking
Amazing,
fantastic.
Yeah, it's one of the best scores I've heard in a while.
If you don't think that Hans Zimmer is a great composer, first of all, who are you so I can punch you? But
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
this
Jeff's gonna fight you guys, so you may want to take some lessons so that you can beat him.
Jeff's gonna call his boys on you, son.
I'm going to get a bunch of pipe laying motherfuckers. We're gonna go to town on you.
I'm gonna go medieval on your
Yeah,
ass.
medieval on your fucking ass. Yeah.
With that being said, with all the feels that I was expecting, I was also expecting that great final shot, like The Dark Knight. It was like, he's the hero that we deserve, not the one we need right now. He is the Dark Knight, and it's like, that was amazing. Well, what do we get here? Hey, welcome to the Daily Planet. The end. That's the.
I kind of like that.
I didn't like
really have a
that.
problem
I
with
thought
that.
it left off really weak, especially for we're bringing Superman back. This is new. This is gonna be the Superman you're gonna know for the next 10 years. I thought they did that pretty bad.
Yeah.
To close off like that.
Well, anyways, here. So, let's get to our reviews.
Well,
I mean, the
I
ratings.
don't know. One last thing I want to bring up
All right.
is that, well, first of all, the performances I really like. I thought Amy Adams did a really good job.
Underused, someone.
I don't know. I kind of liked. Okay, so the thing I liked about what they did with Lois Lane in this is when she's looking for Superman, she wasn't just like the stereotypical love interest.
But
When she's looking for Superman, it's not like, oh, this hot guy saved me. It's more like, wow, this guy saved me and he has superhuman strength. I want to uncover this mystery. So I kind of like that. I liked Henry Cavill, who I've never heard of before, but I thought he was really good as Superman. And Kevin Costner, I thought, was really good. Lawrence Fishburne was kind of like...
He was good.
Well, I know he was good, but, hey, we got Lawrence Fishburne. What are we
Just
gonna do
like a
with
lot
him?
of characters, he was not really given anything to do.
Yeah.
There's that one actor who plays the general, not General Zod, obviously, but the military general
From
You
Law and
mean
Order.
General Zod?
from Law and Order, and he's from The
Yeah.
Matrix.
Really?
He plays in with. He's in 2 and 3. What? Hold on.
He's in Wet Hot American Summer, that piece of shit.
So
but...
he's not in the good Matrixes.
Shut the fuck up! Those are good movies.
Okay.
Diane Lane, I thought, did a good job also.
Yeah,
as
his
Superman's
parents.
mother.
Let me just mention really quick, and I'm gonna mess up her name.
Oh. Right.
Ante Treyu. Ante Treyu. I'm gonna. She plays Feora, who's General Zod's right hand woman.
Yeah.
Who's beating the shit out of everyone.
Beats the shit out of
Oh,
Superman.
man,
Military people,
I
anyone.
am in love with this woman.
Yeah.
I thought she was phenomenal, but she has that sexy scariness.
Yeah.
And if I ever, I'm gonna marry her soon, but I just want her to dress up like that all the time,
Okay.
and I just want her to be evil.
She did really
Adrian, give me a fucking sandwich.
Yes, yes, I will.
Yes, honey.
Anything you want.
Yeah, she did a good job. I'd never heard of her before, so it was kind of like that reaction of wow, she's a good job, and who is that startlingly attractive woman?
Yeah.
Badass and sexy as hell.
You can throw me against the building any day.
You know what it was? It was the same reaction I had to Gina Carano.
Oh, right. Well, we didn't review
Toronto.
Great Gatsby, but the woman who played the golf pro,
She was
Jordan
okay.
Baker, I was like, oh, Wow, I never heard of her before.
Harry Lennox is the General Swanwick character. He's the general that he speaks to at the very end when he crashes that probe.
Right. Yeah,
okay,
okay.
see, he's even though he's kind of short, he has short appearances in the film. He's an amazing actor.
He is.
Where have I seen him before?
He also had the best line, or one of the best lines in the movie.
Which was
when she's like, that Pharaoh chick's basically like, "Hey, you're gonna die. I'm gonna kill you." And he's like, "Well, death is
No,
that's the guy from Law
That's
and Order.
the bald
Who are you talking
guy.
about? I thought that's who you were talking about.
No, the
who's
guy at the
Major
end who's
something.
like, how can we...
Oh, that guy. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. No, the actual 3-star general who's like,
Yeah, okay.
he is a good actor.
He's a good actor too.
Because I mean, granted, you can say what you will about character actors, because he does play pretty much the same role in anything you see him in, but he's a really amazing, serious, authoritative figure.
Okay, yeah.
And
I know
he's
I've
just-
seen him somewhere, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's good stuff.
Oh, State of Play!
Yeah.
That's where I know him from, yeah. Such an underrated movie. Also with Russell Crowe. But,
Anyways,
yeah.
Okay, to sum up the movie, good performances with bad dialogue.
yeah,
Or weak dialogue with weak dialogue.
and bad pacing.
I didn't really have a problem with that.
Great action scenes with bad pacing. Some really good moments between Kevin Costner and the young Clark Kent.
Clark Kent was good.
They were really touching moments, yet at the same time seemed a little like this could have gone a different way, and it probably should have, because it would just be common sense to do this, you know?
Yeah.
So there were a lot of mistakes with that. That being said, I still enjoy the movie. I would probably see it again, not until it comes out on Blu-ray, but I still say you should go see it, and you should go see it in theaters. If you heard the micro review, I'm going to give this, once again, 3 out of 4.
Jeremiah, do you want to go?
Yeah. All that what Adrian said, 3.5.
And since I was not on the micro review, I'll just have to sum up this. I don't really have so much of a problem with the dialogue as you guys did. I just have more of a problem with the underdeveloped script, like the stuff I said before about the flashbacks and the pacing, and just kind of the underdeveloped characters and script.
No.
But I like the action scenes if they were... I know it's a big summer blockbuster, but that last scene with General Zod and Superman is really epic until it gets a little too overblown. Like, I know...
That's how I felt about the Fast 6 action scene with the
Yeah, but
fucking
Fast
plane.
6 is a ridiculous action. This is like, oh, we're going to make this is going to be the Dark Knight Superman.
No, why would you think that? It's the first
because it says
movie.
producer Christopher Nolan,
But
director of the Dark
never
Knight
doesn't
trilogy.
say, this is the Dark Knight of Superman.
No, but they're trying to do
Christopher
that kind of
Nolan
Dark
made
Knight
the Dark
thing.
Knight. Christopher Nolan's making Superman. Superman is the Dark Knight.
No.
A and B. You just gotta put A and B together, Jeremiah. What are you, stupid? But
Guys, are you okay, it's Christopher Nolan, and you can tell like they're trying to
Also
do
not
like a
directed
dark.
by Christopher Nolan.
yeah, I know.
They're trying to do like a dark kind of Superman, take Superman seriously, but I don't know.
Anyways, what's your rating?
3 out of 4. It's got problems. It's underdeveloped, but it has good performances, good action sequences. And I walked out saying, I didn't walk out like any of the Batman movies going like, that was fucking amazing, or like any of this recent superhero movies going like Iron Man 3. But I liked it. It was pretty good.
Yeah, good.
3 out of 4.
I'm still waiting for Iron Giant 2.
Oh, shut the fuck up with this shit.
And that's the best Superman movie to come out so far.
That is Superman.
Unbreakable.
Oh yeah.
No one saw that
That's
shit.
I know.
My father believed that if the world found out who I really was, they'd reject me. He was convinced that the world wasn't ready. What do you think?
What's the S stand for?
It's not an S. On my world, it means hope.
Well, here it's an S. How about...
Excuse me.